arms, and then both of your legs, and then we will eat your face right off your head. You will be this armless, legless, faceless thing, won't you? Rolling down the street like a turd in the wind.
What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
What's up everyone and welcome back to Rosenthal Reviews. As you can probably tell by that intro, which I had way too much fun making, today we're talking about Venom, The Last Dance. And before we get going, if you are new around here, please consider subscribing. We talk about anything from movies to TV, reactions, reflections, you name it, we'll talk about it. But without further ado, let's get into it. Venom, The Last Dance, the best superhero movie ever made. Hey, almost got you. It's definitely, not the best. So, looking back over the Venom films, the first Venom to me struck a really nice balance between this dark, menacing character that we all really want to see and this lighter anti-hero kind of tone that Sony's going for at the moment. In the second film, they introduced Woody Harrelson as Carnage, which I enjoyed, but it's definitely a step down from the first one. In the third film, we're following the duo being hunted by both of their worlds, and they are basically forced to make their decision, which will bring about the end of their last dance. Last night at midnight, the film came out. Went to see it with my broski. We had a great time, but I am operating on 4 hours sleep, so please bear with me, folks, while I talk about this one. Okay, so my opening thoughts on the movie. I'm hearing some early reactions that this is the best Venom film in the franchise. To me, it is not that, but there is some fun to be had with this film. The action is certainly the best it's ever been, and there are some comedic elements to the film which I quite enjoyed as well. But the film does get bogged down in just a lot of stuff that is really silly. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to call on Ross from Friends to help me out here. You know that scene in Friends where Ross is talking to Monica and Chandler, and he's basically telling them that this fight that they're having is really silly?
What's more important, love or silliness?
What's more important, love or silliness? Well, my thoughts on Venom: The Last Dance can be summed up using this scene if we just replace the word love with plot. Are you guys really going to throw away the plot just because of silliness? That is so silly. Oh, why am I impersonating Ross? I need to sleep more. However, let's get started with some good bits, because as I said, the action in this film is the best it's ever been in the Venom franchise. In particular, the third act, it's really fun, it's really engaging, it's really creative, and that is largely down to the action that's at play. I won't get into specifics for spoilers' sake, but let's just say the symbiote action, it's been dialed up to 11.
We need to turn this up to 11.
And it's just good fun, it's entertaining. And to be fair, not even just in the third act, there's other, solid action set pieces that are sprinkled very nicely throughout the film. There is also this plot point that's introduced into the film, which basically means that Venom can't transform into his full symbiote self. And as a result, that means Tom Hardy gets in on the action quite a lot, utilizing like Venom strands and stuff like that. The action's done in a pretty fun and creative way. Now, if you have seen the first two Venom movies, you know that woven throughout there is this bromance between Eddie and Venom, and that's very much present in this film as well. They do very much still have this married couple vibe. They're constantly bickering, and yet you secretly know that they like each other. That is still very much present, and actually it's dialed up a little bit more, so that by the time you get to the end of the film, you actually feel a little bit of emotional weight. It's pulling on your heartstrings a little bit. And what this made me realise is that these films have done a very good job in crafting characters that we first and foremost care about. And to me, that is one of the primary aims of a film. Give me somebody to care about. And on top of this emotional weight, this emotional drama, as an added bonus, we have that, buddy cop, bromance kind of comedy that's woven throughout the Venom films. And again, this is very much present here. If you enjoyed the style of humour that they're going for in those first two films, it very much remains the same here. Warm. Jesus Christ! We're in deep shit. So, we've talked about the action, we've talked about the comedy, we've talked about the emotional weight of the film. It's shaping up to be a pretty good Venom film. So what's my issue? That lies around the plot. Say what you will about the first two Venom movies, but both of them, especially the first one, they do have this structure in place for the story. There is a very clear first, second, third act You know what's happening in each act. Here in Venom the Last Dance, it's a lot more messy. There's a lot of things going on, and all of these different elements don't really fuse together to create a cohesive structure. Now, of course, no spoilers, but just to give you a few examples of some of the plot threads that we're following throughout this movie. We've got Null chasing Venom, hunting them down. We've got Juno Temple's character with this really weird, breezed over backstory. We've got this family that Venom meet, Risa Farn's character. We've got Mrs. Chan in Vegas. We've got federal agents. We've got scientists. There's all of these different elements. And yeah, okay, some of them, they're quite enjoyable and some of them are quite entertaining, but they don't fuse together. And as a result, you get this Venom-like splat on the cinema screen. And it doesn't, for me, quite have that cohesiveness that the first two brought. In the first Venom movie, sure, there's like little bits that the film does wrong, but overall you forgive those wrongdoings because of the well-structured story that's in place. Unfortunately, in Venom the Last Dance, there isn't that real true reason to be here to watch this film beyond the fact that it's the third in the trilogy, which unfortunately meant that I was left feeling a little bit meh with Venom the Last Dance. Okay, so on the Rosenthal Reviews ranking, I'm going to give Venom the Last Dance a 4.5 out of 10. It's probably on par with the second film for me. It's overall pretty messy, but there is some fun to be had. On the entertainment echelon, I'm going to give this film a 6.5 out of 10. This mainly comes down to that third act. It's really good action. And finally, on the feeling factor, let's give it a shaking face. There is some anticipation, some hype for this film, there's some good elements, but there is also some confusion and some disbelief as well. Look, it's not horrendous, but it's certainly not amazing. There's some fun to be had here, and I was personally a little bit let down with the conclusion to the trilogy. And look, I appreciate most people, we can all go watch a Venom film and just take it for what it is. It's guilty pleasure. It's not winning any Critics' Choice Awards. It's just a good time at the movies. But overall, to me, it's not quite on par with that first Venom film. Well, that's it from me. Thank you very much for watching this video. What did you think of Venom the Last Dance? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, be sure to keep your eyes peeled in the next few days for my Venom spoiler review. And in the meantime, please subscribe for more reactions and reflections, and I'll speak to you all very soon.